Greetings. So today I would like to share the story of when my college roommate, freshman year of college, literally almost burned our entire dorm down. Yes, you heard me correctly. Our freshman year of college, we did something so stupid that we could have probably potentially burned our entire dorm down and killed everybody that was inside. Just for the record, I don't recommend that any incoming college freshmen do this. I don't recommend that anybody on the face of the planet, present or future, attempt to do this because, speaking from experience, unfortunately, it is a proven fact that what I'm about to share with you does not work. It is 100% proven fact. You can Google it on Snopes. It doesn't work. So just please do not try it. Don't let anybody that you know try it, and you will be A-okay. And also, I do apologize if there is some background noise, some banging and some knocking. I don't know what our neighbors in our apartment complex are doing. It sounds like they threw an entire mug into the dryer, or they're wrestling a grizzly bear. I don't know what they're doing in there, but they are making an awful lot of racket. So I do apologize in advance for any unintentional background noise. So there I was, summer of 2012. I had just graduated from high school, and I'm getting ready to embark on my college journey at the University of New Mexico. Throughout 2012, the University of New Mexico had been advertising some brand new fancy dorms that they were building on campus. And they were marketed as the nicest, newest facilities that had the nicest amenities. It was on campus, just a couple minutes away from all the halls and the classrooms and the student union building and the libraries. I mean, this place was marketed as the bee's knees of dorms. Right before I graduated from high school, I was pretty dead set on wanting to stay in these dorms. You know, I didn't really want to live at home my freshman year. I wanted to go and get my full freshman experience, my first college experience, and I wanted to take that in any way that I could. So I was pretty dead set on staying in these dorms. You know, a big shout out to my parents. Without them, I couldn't have afforded to live in those dorms. And without them, this story probably would have never happened. So, Mom and Dad, thank you. But going into that freshman year, I was a little unsure of what the roommate situation was going to be. I didn't know too many people who were going to be living in this set of dorms. I had friends who were living in other dorms on and off campus, but I didn't know too many people that I felt comfortable rooming with in this set of dorms. I attended this, I guess it would be like a speed dating roommate thing that the dorms had hosted, where you could go and meet other people who didn't have a roommate, and we played a bunch of stupid games, and we could find somebody that we were roommate compatible with. Long story short, the guy that I ended up picking as my roommate didn't work out at all. That's a story for another day. It just didn't work out. We thought we were gonna be best friends, the two best friends that anyone could have, and we ended up being just so completely different that eventually he actually moved out of the dorms. I don't know if he dropped out or just moved out, but he was not there for 3/4 of the entire school year. I don't know what happened to him, but that situation didn't work out. A little backstory. The way that these dorms were laid out was that you had two people on one side, two people on the other side, and then everybody shared a long bathroom that had 4 sinks, a toilet, and a shower. So essentially the entire unit had 4 people, 2 on each side, and then everybody shared a bathroom that was in the middle. So like I said, my direct roommate didn't work out. I pretty much had that side of the dorm to myself the entire year. But on the other side, one of the guys was a friend that I knew from high school, knew him pretty well, played football with him, good dude. But his roommate was a complete mystery. We had never met this guy. He was coming in from out of state, and it was pretty much a gamble as to what this scenario was going to look like. But we eventually met the guy. For the sake of the story, we're going to call him Javier. And Javier was a kid from Riverside, California. He had accepted a Marine ROTC scholarship at UNM. He wanted to be an officer in the Marine Corps. He moved from California to New Mexico, and nobody had really met him. He didn't really have too many connections or friends, and we were just kind of unsure of what the roommate situation was going to be with this guy. It turns out that Javier would become one of my best friends that I've ever had. He's one of my all-time favorite people. He's a hard-working dude. He was extremely smart, extremely caring, and we became best friends after we kind of got to know each other a little bit. But the thing with Javier was that he was gearing up to have this kind of military mindset. He was very disciplined. He was very smart. He got good grades. He was in shape. But the thing with him was that sometimes common sense sort of evaded his mind. Like, he would have this brilliant idea, and on paper, it sounded okay. But when you actually put it into play, it was just kind of like, bro, like, what the fuck are you even talking about? One night, I'm on my side of the dorm, and I'm getting ready to go to bed. And Javier's on the other side. He's spit shining his shoes, he's ironing his uniform, he's getting ready to take a shower. Seeing that he was in the ROTC program, he had to PT, do physical training 5 times a week at like 5 in the morning. So he would do everything that he needed to do for the next day at night when everybody else was getting ready to go to bed, because that was like the only time that he had ever had time to do anything. This guy's on the other side of the dorm. He's prepping all his stuff. I'm getting ready to go to bed. It's really not that late. It's probably like 9 or 9:30. I don't remember why I was in bed so early, but I felt like I had like a test or something the next day and I needed to be well rested for. I'm getting ready to go to sleep. I close my eyes and he just barges into my room. I mean, he just kicks that fucking door off the hinges and walks in just wearing a towel and just says, "Lots, I'm gonna take a shower. I have something in the microwave. Check on it for me in 5 minutes." Slams the door, goes and gets in the shower. And that was something that he had the tendency of doing. He always just barged into my side of the room whenever he wanted. It didn't bother me at all. I got used to it. I wasn't surprised by it. It's just something that he always seemed to do. He always just used to come in and make himself right at home. I sat there in bed thinking for a minute, this guy has something in the microwave and he needs me to check on it for him while he's in the shower. Like, I didn't really understand that at all, because if you have something in the microwave, you set it for a timer and it automatically stops. So I didn't know what he had in there. I didn't know the reason behind why I needed to check on this mysterious item in the microwave for him. But apparently it was very important and he needed me to check up on it for him while he was doing his business in the shower. I was thinking, you know what, screw this dude. Like, he's just gonna leave me with this ambiguous task and go get in the shower while I'm trying to sleep. I mean, the microwave has a timer. I don't need to check up on anything for you. I'm going back to bed. I close my eyes and I probably doze off for about 10 minutes or so. And I can hear him from in the shower go, "Lots! Microwave!" And I'm like, what the hell could this guy possibly have in the microwave that needs to be tended to after like 10 or 15 minutes? I didn't understand like why he needed me to check up on anything. So I get up, I drag myself out of bed, I walk through the long hallway where the bathroom's at to go to his side of the dorm. I'm a little peeved because I have to get up and go tend to this guy's microwavable needs. And I open the door to this guy's side of the dorm, and there's just black smoke pouring out of this microwave. I mean, it is a chimney in this bitch. And I'm like sitting there squinting and looking through all the smoke, and I'm looking through the little window on the side of the microwave, and I can just see something flaming in there. I don't know what is in there, but this bitch is scorching in there. And I was like, what could have possibly caused this? Like, what did this guy microwave popcorn for half an hour? Like, you only need to microwave popcorn for 2 minutes. That shit is burnt. Yeah, that's done. You can't eat it. I don't know what this guy was thinking. I start to look a little bit closer, and I notice that it's not food that he has in this microwave. It is not an edible item spinning around on this little glass plate. You want to know what this guy decided to put in the microwave? A pair of boxers. This guy decided that it would be a good idea to dry a completely soaking wet pair of boxers in the microwave to dry off while he went and took a shower. Apparently, he had just got done doing laundry. He liked to air dry his clothes, so he brought all of his soaking wet clothes back to his room. He hung all of his shirts and all of his other miscellaneous garments all over the bed railing and the side of the dressers and everything. But he had this one very special pair of boxers. It was his favorite pair in the world that he had ever owned. And he wanted to wear those boxers to bed because they were his most comfortable pair. He wanted to wear them to PT the next morning. So he decided, the only logical way of thinking here is to put the boxers in the microwave, dry them off while I'm in the shower. I'll be able to take them off, I'll be able to take them out of the microwave when I get out of the shower. They're going to be nice and fresh and warm. I'll be able to go to bed after that. But no, this guy put this pair of underwear in the microwave, and that shit caught fire instantly. I run over to the microwave, and I don't know why, but I open the microwave and black smoke just pours into my face. I should have seen that coming. I don't know why I decided to just open that door and just inhale all of that underwear smoke, but that's what I did. And I look in there, and there's just smoke rolling off of this thing. I mean, this is smoldering molten lava. And this pair of boxers had been in there for so long that it had actually like fused to the glass plate that it was spinning on. Like it had become one with the glass plate. I mean, that shit looked like nuclear waste. It's sitting there crackling, and little embers are flying off of it, and there's just smoke being emitted into the room. And I'm like, Javier, get the fuck out here. And he's pissed because he has to cut his 45-minute shower short. He comes out and he's like, what do you want? And he looks and he just sees the black charred remains of his favorite Fruit of the Looms. And he kind of laughs and he's like, oh shit. Now I don't think he realized like how dangerous the situation could have gotten, because if he hadn't have asked me to watch this pair of underwear in the microwave for him, I mean, if I would have just fallen asleep or if he hadn't said anything, I mean, that thing would have completely gotten out of control. I mean, there's a chance that like we literally could have burned the whole building down. We're sitting there and there's smoke filling the room fast, and we're just waiting for the fire alarms to go off. And I'm like, bro, what the fuck were you thinking? Like, you don't put a non-edible food item in the microwave to dry off. Like, where's the common sense behind that? And he's like, well, bro, it's not that hard to understand. Like, I just wanted to wear them tomorrow. I needed to dry them. I mean, it's really not that hard of a concept to grasp. And at that point, I just didn't have the energy to want to argue with this guy's logic. So we're sitting there. We don't know what to do with the microwave. We have this molten piece of metamorphic rock sitting here, still flaming on this glass plate from the microwave. We don't know what to do. I mean, that shit is so glued and so fused to the plate that like we can't even scrape any off. All we're able to do is like pull a couple little chunks off that hadn't really been scorched too bad. We put them in a Walmart bag, and this guy just opens up his window, takes the Walmart bag, does a little spin, and just yeets that shit out the window. I look back at it and I'm like, so we had a molten pair of underwear. We scraped whatever remnants that we could off. He puts it in a bag and just chucks it out the window. And I could just imagine, like, the next morning, some girl is getting ready to go to her, Philosophy 101 class. She has her backpack on. She's walking to the classroom. She has her headphones in. She's bumping some Bruno Mars or something. She looks down and she sees this plastic bag. And she thinks, oh, maybe there's something cool inside. And opens it up, and it's just a black pair of burnt Hanes boxers or something. Like, I could just imagine what would be going through that person's head, or whoever's head who found this pair of underwear in this bag. I mean, it just is one of those things that is just such an anomaly that happened that like I can't even believe that I'm sharing this story. I can't even believe it's like a real thing. After we chuck the last pieces of underwear scraps out the window, we're left with the issue of the microwave itself, because the inside of the microwave is black. I mean, it looks like a fucking coal mine in there. And the problem was this microwave was not ours. It was not one of our personal microwaves. It was owned by the dorms. They had supplied this microwave to us. And so now we're thinking, like, what do we do? Like, we're going to get in huge trouble for completely ruining this microwave, almost burning the entire dorm down. Like, how could this situation get any worse? Javier goes and puts on some clothes. He unplugs the microwave, picks it up, does like a left face, like military style, like he's carrying a folded flag at a military funeral. This guy's just, without a word, just a blank stare on his face, just takes this microwave like he's taking it to its grave, walks down the hallway, and opens up the janitor's closet and goes and puts it behind some dust mops and some rags and like tries to hide it under some towels and stuff. And I'm like, bro, like the cleaning crew comes in here like 10 times a day. What is the thought process behind putting this microwave in this closet, a closet in which many people come in and out of every single day? Like this is not a good idea. This is not a good hiding spot for it. I have a better hiding spot for it. We take it out of the closet. We walk outside and we hide it under a bush, and we tried to like arrange the branches and the leaves so we can try to cover it up a little bit. I mean, I guess my thought process wasn't any better because we hid it under a bush along a sidewalk in which like thousands of students walk past per day. I just thought we were being so sly, like we were just being absolute criminal masterminds. Like, oh, they'll never find this body here. Like, oh, we really got him. Oh, they'll never find this microwave. Like, no, we hid it under a fucking bush that, I mean, even Helen Keller wouldn't have been able to spot that shit from a mile away. But we thought it was a good idea to go and put it outside, hide it, let it air out a little bit. We go back into the room, and there's still smoke in the room. We don't know what to do. Thank God the fire alarms haven't gone off yet. So all the windows are open, all the doors, and I'm like, you know what, bro? I'm tired of this. It's time for bed. It's time to catch some Z's. I'm going to sleep. And he's like, well, bro, like my side of the room is like kind of filled with smoke a little bit, you know? Maybe I'll sleep on your side, you know, just to be safe. And I'm like, okay, bro, whatever. Like, obviously my roommate hasn't been there in a while. You can have his bed, whatever. And we go over there, we turn off the lights, getting ready to close my eyes, and this guy says, do you think there's like any harmful chemicals in underwear that when they're ignited could like hurt our lungs when we sleep? And I was like, okay, that's it. We're not sleeping in this room. We gather up our blankies and our pillows, and we walk down the hall to a conference room, and we set up shop underneath a table and chairs in this conference room. Apparently that was the only place that we thought would be sufficient enough to meet our needs after literally almost torching our entire dorm down. And I don't even understand our thought process behind going and sleeping in the conference room, because there was a common area that had couches, but a dark conference room underneath a table would suffice in that situation, I suppose. I can't believe that this is a real thing. But, you know, after that, we went back and tried to find the microwave. It was gone, obviously. Unfortunately, I don't know why, but I just don't remember what ended up happening. I remember Javier did end up getting a microwave back. I don't know if it was the one that we almost set off with an atomic bomb. He did get a microwave back. I don't remember if we had to pay any extra fines or fees for endangering the lives of our fellow peers with this microwave. But to come to the conclusion of this story, I just have a little tip for everybody out there. Don't put your underwear in the microwave when it's wet. Don't put your underwear in the microwave when it's dry. Don't put anything in the microwave that is not microwavable in that appliance, and you will be fine. Thank you for listening to my story about microwavable underwear. If you enjoyed the video, feel free to like, comment, share, and if you guys want to hear another installment of Storytime with Ryan, just let me know and I would be glad to share another story with you guys. I'll see you later.